Hola, ¿qué tal? We're back with Profesor Pablo and Learn Spanish with Profesor Pablo. Our lesson, los números 30 a 100. We did numbers 0 through 10, 10 through 20, and 20 through 30. Now, what is convenient and very nice, the pattern for numbers 30 through 99 is the same. Here we go, 30 to 90, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Notice that every single one ends in the letter A for your pronunciation. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 100 even is 100. 100 even, 100. We're going to do the 100s and the thousands and the millions, but in a later lesson. Again, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Notice here sometimes people get confused with 60 and 70. They're spelled identically except 60 has an S in the middle, 70 has the T. Remember, S comes before T in the English alphabet, right? And the Spanish alphabet. 60 is 60, 70 is 70. Now, if you want to say 31 through 99, you just add E after your 10 number. You add E and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For example, if I want to say 55, 50 y 5. If I want to say 31, 30 y 1. If I want to say 89, 80 y 9. If I want to say 44, 44. 44 es un número famoso en el béisbol. El gran jonronero de béisbol, Hank Aaron, 44. Y en baloncesto, el famoso Jerry West de los Lakers de Los Ángeles. 44 es un número súper famoso en los deportes de Estados Unidos. Let's go for 77. 77. 91, 91. But what is this un and uno with an arrow pointing to uno? All right. If you're just saying the number, 81, 80 y 1, ending in O. 41, 40 y 1. 31, 30 y 1, right? However, if you want to say one followed by a noun, then you got to go either with un or una. If the word is masculine, like años for age, if I want to say 31 years old, I'd say 31 años. Even though años is plural ending in S, your 30 makes up for the plurality of años, and then the 31 años is 30 and 1 year. 31 años. That's how we do it in Spanish. If I want to say 41 houses, casas. Casas is feminine. 41 casas. But remember, if you're just saying flat out the number, you're just going to end in uno every time. End in uno every time. But if you're following it with a noun, it's going to be un or una. Okay? So if I wanted to say 71 hours, 71 horas. 31 books, 31 libros. If I want to say $81, 81 dólares. If I want to say 51 hours, 51 horas. Dollars again, let's go with $71, 71 dólares. Dólares is plural, but again, the 70 is for the dólares. 70 dólares, right? And one more dollar, y un dólar. But it said 71 dólares. $41, 41 dólares. 61 girls, 61 chicas. 61 boys, 61 chicos. All right? So here we go. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, all ending in A. 60 has the S in the middle, 60. 70 has the T in the middle, 70. If you're going to say 31, 41 of something, then you have to use the un or the una in front of the noun that follows. Whether the noun is masculine, it will be un. If it's feminine, it will be una. 100 even, 100. Now, to say age in Spanish, you would say he or she is. You'd say tiene and the number of years. If I want to say he is 47 years old, I would say tiene 47 años. If I want to say he is 91 years old, I would say tiene 91 años. She's 37, tiene 37 años. And of course, we use numbers again with money and time. If I want to say 44 hours, 44 horas. If I want to say 65 days, 65 días. Money, $52, $52. $99, $99. Want to say 57 cars, 57 carros, or 57 vehículos. So that's the lesson. We're cruising through the numbers. We've done now 1 through 100. Remember, 100 even is 100. $100, $100. $100. Un Ben Franklin, ¿verdad? Un Ben Franklin. $100. Ben Franklin is on the $100 bill. $100. Again, 30 through 90. Master your pronunciation. You know the vowels. A, E, A, and so on. Here we go. 30. These two vowels form one sound. It's what we call a diphthong. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. They all end in A. Again, 60 has the S, 70 has the T. Make sure you put the E in between, and then you go 1, 2, 3 through 9 for just the number. Again, if it's 61, 61. If somebody says, how many books do you have? ¿Cuántos libros tienes? How many books do you have? And you have 31 books, and 31 books would be 31 libros. But if somebody says, Pablo, ¿cuántos libros tienes? How many books do you have? And if I just want to say the number, 31, bam, 31. 31. How many houses does that realty office list at this current time? 41 houses. 41 casas. 41 casas. Got it? Los números 30 a 100. One last time. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 100 even is 100. You just follow with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Notice that we have no accent marks in these numbers here. If you want to say one of something, it has to be un or una. And one last time, $91, 91 $. But if I want to say 91 persons, I could say 91 personas, because it ends in AS, it's feminine. And again, to say age, he or she is such and such an age. If I want to say she's 15, I would say, from a prior lesson, tiene 15 años. What about if it's a little baby, a toddler, and you want to say she is 1 year old? Okay, tiene. We want to put 1, but I can't say uno, right? I can't say it because it's followed by a noun. If you have 1 followed by a noun, you got to come back with un or una, whether it's masculine or feminine, the noun that follows. So I want to say she's 1 year old. Ella tiene un año. And we take the S off of this because it's not years, it's just years. She has 1 year. Tiene un año. He's 55, tiene 55 años. Our next lesson is going to be how to ask somebody his or her name. Okay, es todo por ahora. Hasta pronto. Que tengan un gran día. Ciao.